Well, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says he is confident that managers of second cycle institutions will be more efficient in running the schools following the distribution of some 100 buses to senior high schools in the northern sector of the country. Speaking at the forecourt of Parliament on Thursday afternoon, he officially commissioned those buses. Dr. Bawumia said the gesture is a demonstration of the administration's commitment to quality education. Lateef Idrisu was at the commissioning ceremony and reports the education minister, who was also present at the program, somewhat compares President Akufo-Addo's achievement to that of Ghana's first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. There is more in this report.
Educational institutions, particularly the second cycle institutions, are bedeviled with plethora of challenges that are not helping the school administrations to properly run the schools. Cognizance of that, government in March this year promised to make provisions of buses to these schools to help the administrators properly manage the schools. Today, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has officially handed over 100 buses to second cycle institutions in the northern sector of the country. In his words, these buses are to help the school administrators to properly manage the schools.
First, I handed over 365 double cabin pickup trucks out of 840 procured by the government. These were distributed to all metropolitan, municipal, and district directorates of education, as well as selected agencies under the Ministry of Education. The remainder of the pickups are arriving, as the Minister for Education has said. I also handed out on that day 493 out of 2,000 motorbikes to aid the work of circuit supervisors and to further enhance their supervisory roles in the education sector. I further announced on that day that government had procured 350 buses for our senior high schools in the country, 100 of which would be distributed soon. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are gathered here in fulfillment of that promise to distribute the 100 buses because we have a president who is fully committed to education of our children and who believes in keeping his word.
Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, also had his turn to address heads of senior high schools gathered here, and he made a very daring statement.
This nation has witnessed the free senior high school project, Mr. Vice President. I do recall the 47 adverts that were made to undermine the free senior high school program in 2012. I do recall a famous statement that if free SHS was doable, Nkrumah would have done it. Can I also then say, since His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has delivered the free SHS, his government probably is better than Nkrumah's government.
So how are these buses going to help the school administrators to properly manage the schools? I'm joined by one of the headmasters of one of the schools in the northern sector. You introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, I'm Stephen Akuba, headmaster, St. John's Integrated Senior High School in Navrongo.
In Navrongo?
It is the only school, second cycle institution that integrates the hearing and the hearing impaired.
Oh, wow. You are a special school indeed. This has come in handy, you would say.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, with what we have just received today, I don't even know how to express my feelings. And I know when I go back to school, my students and members of staff will feel the same. Because this shows that actually the inclusiveness, government is actually supporting it. Yeah.
So the Vice President mentioned that there are several challenges facing second cycle institutions with administration. You don't have enough logistics, one of which is vehicle.
Yeah.
How is this going to change the way you manage and run the school?
Yeah, for now that we have this, at least any activity outside the school compound, we are in a position to convey our students and to bring them back, even if it involves members of staff. We can do it comfortably without going to elsewhere to ask for an assistance.
I'm Anna Millicent Agamba. I'm the headmistress of Gambibgo Community Day Senior High School.
From which of the regions?
Upper East Region, Zwarungo.
Upper East Region. You're welcome to Accra.
Yeah, thank you.
How is this bus that you are going back to the Upper East Region with, how is it going to change the way you manage and run your school?
It's going to change a lot, because this alone is going to be one of the enrollment drive for my school. My school, the students are few, and with this, we can get more students to come to the school. Yes, and since the school started, we haven't had any bus. So this is the first bus.
How long has the school been in existence?
Since 2018.
Okay, so you are 2 years in operation.
Yes.
And this is the first bus you are receiving from Gov't.
The first means of transport that we are receiving from Gov't. It has been hectic. It has been hectic. We do all errands from our own packets. And now, just as the Vice President said, it will help us in the administrative work. I'm very, very happy, and I know my students will be more happy.